Hello?
I'm sorry, I guess I dialed the wrong number.
Well, so why'd you dial it again?
To apologize.
You're forgiven. Bye now.
The Scream franchise has always been known for having some of the most iconic and fun openings in cinema history, and with Scream 6 just released, now's a better time than any to rank them all. Scream 3. Just like the movie itself, Scream 3 is definitely not my favorite opening. Not that it's bad or anything, it's probably just the most forgettable out of all 6. It involves Cotton Weary, who played a huge role in the past 2 films, on his way home from his newfound role where he plays a cameo of himself in Stabbed, the movie series that's basically Scream in Scream, but not Scream. Anyway, after a phone call with one of his agents, he receives a phone call from someone claiming to be a fan. But turns out it's actually Ghostface, who is about to kill Cotton's wife. Anyway, while this opening is not bad at all, since from the get-go it introduces Ghostface having a new gimmick this time around, being able to replicate others' voices.
It was a simple game, Cotton. You should have told me where Sydney was.
And it's just not as memorable, and doesn't have the same X factor that some of the other openings have. Scream 4. I actually really like this opening, mainly because of how meta it is. Of course, that's nothing new for the Scream franchise. It begins with 2 friends watching Stab, but turns out they themselves are in a Stab opening. Then turns out that the people watching the Stab opening are in a Scream opening. It's very confusing. Anyway, after messing around, Ghostface shows up, and the opening kill is a reference to the garage kill in the first film. This one is honestly really fun, and the song that plays after is just an absolute banger. The only reason it's this low is because in terms of actual plot relevance, it's not too important. Apart from the fact that, oh look, Ghostface is back, and it's a tad bit too long. But apart from that, awesome stuff. Scream 6, the latest in the Scream franchise, is also just fantastic and really tries to change up the formula by showing the killer at the very start. And of course, the one-liner just before the title card is just incredible. This one is really reminiscent of the original, if Scream was to be rebooted in a sense, which is what Scream 5 really plays into. Jenna Ortega plays Tara, our new protagonist, picks up the phone to a relatively shy and introverted voice.
Hello?
Hello.
Which soon becomes very terrifying and monotone. And guess who it is? Ghostface. Didn't see that one coming. I really like this opening, mainly because it plays into the whole new generation thing a lot more than Scream 4. Because when Ghostface does start asking Tara about the iconic horror quiz, she used the internet to Google her answers, which, like, obviously anyone would do that, but it's a really good way to put that classic intro into a modern tense, I suppose. Of course, the gore level here is crazy, despite her, spoiler alert, despite her living. The next spot goes to another just fantastic film, Scream 2. The setting of a movie theater is just fantastic. A couple go to see the new Stab film, but while they thought it was going to be an average movie-going experience, turns out to be their demise. The opening is both comedic and scary, being that someone is literally being killed right in front of the audience, but also the terror that no one has realized this, and they all think it's a part of the craze for the upcoming film. And of course, the final scream in front of the screen is just mwah, chef's kiss. Number 1, Scream. What is there to say that hasn't already been said about the opening of the original Scream movie? It's been quoted, it's been spoofed. Hello, Drew. And even as I said earlier, replicated. The ominous and creepy feeling throughout the opening is just so perfect, and of course the iconic lines of dialogue, what's your favorite scary movie? I think the final moments of the scene where she's on the ground trying to reach her parents is actually very cinematic and somewhat sad, and all this combined makes for one of the most iconic moments in not just horror, but cinema history. Also, may I add, I love how they had Drew Barrymore on all major posters for this film, but she dies in the first 10 minutes. Promotional clickbait. Hell yeah! Anyway, guys, I hope you have enjoyed this week's episode of The Leaf. Please consider subscribing. We upload weekly nerdy content. And in the comments, let us know, what's your favorite scary movie?
He said it! He said it!
So I said.